Heather, bourbon people, they crazy. They're insane.
You're really starting strong today, huh?
I am. I'm serious. People completely lose their minds over this bottle. This one
You weren't exactly calm when you found it.
Yeah, but I was excited because I was going to be able to bring it to the masses. That's an educational excitement.
You texted in all capital letters.
I just wanted you to see it. I know you're getting older.
Oh, that's it?
That's it.
I'm the one... Because one of us has glasses hanging off their barrel, and it's not me. So you might want to back off on the insults regarding eyesight.
Better to see you with, my dear. But, this bottle is kind of a big deal.
Or bourbon collectors hear Buffalo Trace, and they immediately forget basic human decency.
Well, that's true. But this one maybe has earned a little of the hype.
All right, I need you to explain.
Because the guy behind this bottle, and he's actually on the back. He's right there.
I'm going to guess his name's Elmer.
Elmer, yeah. He changed bourbon forever.
Okay, so now I'm interested.
And somehow his legacy turned into one of the hardest to find bourbons. Usually not on a shelf, but...
Out there.
Out there.
Well, you know what? I'm excited to talk about Elmer. And you know what I thought about when we were prepping for this episode?
What's that?
That would be the cutest name for a dog.
Elmer?
Elmer.
No.
If I ever have another boy dog, I'm going to name him Elmer. After Elmer. Unless this bourbon sucks. Then the dog will not be named Elmer.
What's up, Heather?
What's up, B?
And welcome back to Tortured Bourbon, where we drink bourbon, talk history, and occasionally question our financial decisions.
Occasionally?
Every week. If you're new here, why don't you go and click the like and subscribe button. It really helps grow the channel, and that's what this is all about, growing a non-monetized sinkhole of our
We have gotten
desires.
free hats. I mean...
Free hats.
Free hats?
Free hats.
Free t-shirts.
Free t-shirts.
You know, it could be worse.
Could be. Oh, no, this could be a lot worse.
If liking and...
This show could be about knitting.
No, it wouldn't, because I wouldn't be here. Nothing against knitters. Don't come for me, knitters. But that wouldn't be my show.
Come with your needles.
I will bring I will curate a bourbon tasting for your next knitting club, but I will not be the one knitting. If
they can't get much more, if they need more of this, if this is what they live for,
if this is what you love and liking and subscribing is not enough, you should definitely check out torturedbourbon.com. We give our rankings, articles, social media links, and you can buy some merchandise to support what we do. You can also get a link to our Discord, which is run by our good buddy Mike, who is the proprietor of the channel Bespoken. So, Bespoken. Jazz hands. So be sure you check that out.
That's right.
So
maybe you could meet someone on Bespoken.
You could be betrothed on Bespoken.
There you go.
I hadn't thought about that at all. I just came up with that immediately right off the top of my head.
Now, for those of you who are still watching, we're going to be reviewing Elmer T. Lee Single Bourbon.
Single barrel bourbon.
Single barrel bourbon.
Is that where you got you can meet someone on Bespoken because this bottle's single and it needs a mate? Is that where that came from?
Now, before we even go on, I think we need to answer the question that everyone, especially me, asks about this bottle. Is it actually good, or do people just want it because it's hard to find?
I think there's a little bit of that.
Yeah.
But you know what I do like about this bottle, B, is that it doesn't try too hard. I mean, it just is what it is.
No giant horse topper, no fake prohibition story, no copy of the Declaration of Independence, no fancy gold wrapper, no ultra rare, double toasted, aged in Menescoki barrels on a boat out back in Mexico. Nope.
Well, then it couldn't be bourbon.
Just a bottle. But you can age it on it, see?
That's fair.
You can see the picture of Elmer through the bottle.
You can. Yeah, he's back there.
Well, good.
It looks a little bit like Ben Hogan. But that's
I was sitting here thinking the same thing. I was like, he rolled up to the PGA Tour after he finished selecting his bourbon barrels. But anyway, speaking of getting out of control, kind of like we tend to do, bourbon labels are getting a little out of control.
Yeah, this one's pretty unique. It just says, Elmer T. Lee. This bottle's very old school. It's got nice little handle sides,
Yeah.
So, you can kind of hold on to it.
It's functional, like any good old school thing is,
Which,
it's simple, but it works.
Yeah. Which is, fits the the bottle the name's after the guy who did this. Yeah.
Yeah, it kind of fits his personality, which
So-
I'm going to tell you about him.
Yes, because
And all of you.
right now, we all should sit quietly because we're about to have History with Heather.
Which is everyone's favorite part of every show.
Reading Rainbow.
The more you know. So all of you, I'm sure, are dying to know who was Elmer T. Lee, and with a name like Elmer T. Lee, I don't blame you. Exactly.
Exactly.
He also votes I should name my next dog Elmer T. Lee.
He did.
He did. That was the bandit's vote. So Elmer was a longtime master distiller at what is now Buffalo Trace, tiny little boutique distillery no one's ever heard of. And he is one of the very minor. He is one of the biggest reasons single barrel bourbon became popular.
Which sounds normal now, but back then it was not normal.
It was not.
It wasn't a thing.
This was actually in the early 80s.
Yeah.
And that was not a normal thing at all. And in fact, then bourbon was blended for consistency. So everyone wanted to make sure that if you bought their label, you knew that every bottle you bought was going to taste exactly the same.
And
so
music
Jack
was
Daniels,
made with synthesizers.
that's also true.
Yep.
Also true. But then Elmer, what did Elmer say?
Elmer said, some barrels are better than others. And he's right.
Pretty much, yeah.
It's like some synthesizers are better than others.
Just like that. That music reference might have been a stretch.
You said the 80s.
That's fair. That's fair. So Elmer believed that certain barrels were unique enough to be bottled on their own instead of blended away. And this is consistent with some of your really old school master distillers. Like we know Jimmy Russell can go and pick the best barrel in a rick house and nobody's going to doubt him.
But he's moving a little slower now.
He is. Well,
So it
is...
ages even a little longer.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It takes him a whole, he got an extra month while he makes his way up there. Anyway.
What if he ever forgets where he's going? Has a moment. He's got to figure it out.
Yeah, he picks a barrel and they're like, oh my God, this is not the right
It's
barrel.
not
It's
the right
terrible. Anyway, back to Elmer. So this whole idea of individual barrels being so good that you shouldn't separate out the liquid, that it should all just be bottled from that barrel.
Yep.
So that idea from Elmer eventually became this little known bourbon called Blanton's.
Yeah,
which,
who would have ever thought?
if you are at all into bourbon, you've heard of it. And this was actually Blanton's was the first modern single barrel bourbon release. So then, upon Elmer's retirement, Buffalo Trace said, we need to honor this guy. So they did that by naming a bottle after him, Elmer T. Lee Single Barrel. And so it is actually a bourbon he continued to influence. He would personally select barrels even after his retirement. So
He's not slutting him anymore. But now, I'm just saying, every distillery on earth now.
pour one out for Elmer.
Yeah, not one of these is too hard to get.
Fair.
Has a single barrel.
That's right. I can't think of a decently sized producer that doesn't have a single barrel.
Yeah, that's a thing now.
Yeah, exactly. It feels very normal now for something that back when Elmer introduced it was a huge shift for bourbon.
Yeah, I mean, it makes every bottle kind of cool and unique.
Yeah. And B, I would actually kind of argue that it was that idea that sort of started ushering in the collection nature of the bourbon industry.
Absolutely.
Because before that, it wasn't a status symbol as much.
Yeah.
To it was like, I go buy Jack Daniels. Okay, so do I.
Yeah.
Everything tastes the same. But then when you start making things different or unique, you enable people to have something that other people don't have.
Oh yeah. I mean, if you think about just with Old Forester, we've got 5 black.
I don't know
labels
if I
in
want to
there.
admit how
Yeah.
many black labels
that are
we
just
have.
they're just all single
Right,
barrels. And
right.
they all taste a little different.
So it allowed people to start having collections, and I have this release. Well, I have this release, and it bourbon's always been good at the marketing. Saying it's single barrel makes it sound a little bit fancier.
And I don't know that it doesn't also help kind of usher in a little craft. Because it embraces the idea that things can vary, right? Where you have the scientific MGP industry, this factory which has been that Seagram's built, and the whole concept was for it to be extremely consistent quality, consistent bourbon, consistent whiskey, being run in an industrial complex. Whereas craft distilleries say, well, each one's going to be a little different, and that's okay. And maybe the concept of the single barrel helps usher that in, that it's okay for things to change up. Very similar to how craft breweries happen, where not every time when you now they're all seem to be conglomerating, but it used to be
and producing nothing but IPAs. But.
But it used to be that every season that that beer was a little different, and it was they relished in the fact that this was going to change a little bit. Mm-hmm. So
I also think it ushered in the idea of these master distillers who are kind of legendary.
Yeah.
The ones that,
go pick the barrel.
And everybody knows, well, if he picked that barrel, he knows exactly which rick house and which floor and, all that. Yeah. So I think it ushered... A new age of bourbon is not an exaggeration to say that this or that. And honestly, though, from everything people say, apparently Elmer was just a really humble, approachable guy. Like, he was just a good old boy.
Well, he was named Elmer.
He was. You can't be a bad person and be named Elmer. There's just no way. No, which is why my future dog will be named Elmer.
There you go. And that's funny considering, how insane bourbon culture has become.
Well, right. People have become pretentious about it, and that's not what he was doing. He was saying, hey, let's give the consumer the best product we can.
People camp outside liquor stores now.
They really do.
They get in fights at 9 a.m. over a bottle.
It's not cute.
It's not.
It's just aggressive. Yeah. People need to calm down.
Meanwhile, this bottle feels weirdly calm compared to all the hype around it. I mean, it's rectangular, it's short.
That's a good way to describe it. I mean, it's just, simple gold lettering on the front, black and gold label on the back.
Yeah.
Nothing, it's really unassuming.
And that's one of the reasons we wanted to review it, not just because it's allocated, because people go crazy over it. And it's supposed to be one of the best bottles in the industry.
Yeah, and this is actually the first time I have ever tasted Elmer T. Lee. Right. So I'm really excited. You've had it...
I've had it a couple times.
Once or twice before, right?
So
without me.
You weren't there.
Yeah, so you should have said no. I'm just kidding.
The first time you had CYPB, I wasn't there, and you certainly drank it and then texted me about it.
But I let you know I was going to.
I let you know I was drinking it too. Before we go any further, a special shout out to Brittany.
Thanks for watching, Brittany.
Yeah, Brittany sent me a Facebook message, and we've never talked over Facebook Messenger, and I get this random message. Hey, this is the most random and weird message I've ever sent anyone. But
you're like, oh God, what's this gonna say?
Yeah. But I noticed who it was from, and it said, "There's a bourbon drop in Bunn. I'm there right now. I just got the last Weller Full Proof, but they've got plenty of good stuff."
Oh.
And I said,
"On my way."
So Katie and I hopped in the car, and we drove to Bunn and walked in. And it's such an unassuming bottle. So they had Little Book, and they had Colonel Taylor, and they had several other bottles, and they had a Stag. But just kind of sitting there was Elmer. And it was, in what you're saying, it kind of did get lost on the allocation table.
Yeah.
And when I honed in, I just, okay, we're good.
We're good. And it's not cheap, but it's not crazy expensive.
Like $90.
Yeah.
And then the local police officer walked in and wanted to speak to me because apparently I was not parked all the way in a parking space.
Well, because that's what he does when he knows there's a bourbon drop, because he's terrified if he takes the time to park well, that something's going to go immediately.
To be fair, the way that the building is and the streets are, we didn't even know that it was a street.
Nah, we didn't know it was a street.
Usually, actually, what he does is he pushes me out of the car and doesn't even park and says, "Go get something." Sometimes he'll slow it down. Sometimes I gotta just tuck and roll. Just tuck and roll.
You got the Elmer, so you're happy with it.
I'm happy.
I didn't
happy
get a ticket.
With the Elmer.
I just pulled my car.
Oh, good. You could have offered him a taste of the Elmer.
It was she, and she was on duty, so I wasn't going to offer her to taste the bourbon.
We should carry sample bottles for bribes.
That's really smart. It's really smart.
Obviously,
officer, I just need to move this car up. Why don't you come have some open container bourbon here in my car?
Obviously,
that will give you any reason to go through this or maybe breathalyze me.
Obviously, I'm kidding. But if you want some and it'll get me out of a ticket, then I'm not above it.
I follow the law. All right, so.
Oh my God! Yeah, because I'm such a renegade.
Rebel fun, Heather. All right, so we now have
not possibly her.
Elmer T. Lee in our hand.
Do you want to taste it now? I kind of want to taste it now, but first we should smell it. It's very balanced. It has some sweet notes, some savory notes, and some baking spice notes. It smells kind of like a baked good.
I'm gonna confess that I don't know if the Elmer T uses mash bill 1 or mash bill number 2.
I don't know
Miss
either.
Katie will look that up.
Sorry to say.
It's mash bill 2.
It's mash bill 2. Okay. Because
it's 90 proof and it's won 76 awards, according to the Buffalo Trace website.
Good job, Elmer.
That's right. 76 awards. Our country was founded in 1776, and we just celebrated the 250th.
And there's 76 trombones.
And yes, there are. So the reason I'll say that is it definitely does not remind me of Buffalo Trace in that sense. So I'm not surprised it's mash bill number 2.
No, I get a little bit of cinnamon on this at the front. Not wild turkey levels of cinnamon.
Well, this is supposed to be their high-rye mash bill. Now we know for Sazerac.
So it's a little spicier.
But we know that's not like 30% rye.
No, but it has a spicier smell than mash bill number 1 does.
I think I'd have to put it. To me, it looks a little darker. Not
than Buffalo Trace, or
than a Buffalo Trace. Well, I'm comparing it to
especially
some Sazerac.
in the bottle.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
All right.
I'm just really ready to taste it.
But I get more of a pepper. I get more of a baking spice and a pepper.
There's just more spice.
Yes.
For sure. All right, Katie, do you want to give us the aroma notes before we taste it?
According to the Buffalo Trace website, the nose brings notes of clove, vanilla, and old leather.
John Wayne.
I'll give the clove for sure.
John Wayne's bootstraps.
And the vanilla's the sweet. I'm ignoring you.
John Wayne's bootstraps bless the inside of the barrel this came from.
It did. They slapped some leather on this thing. Called it a day. All right, you ready to taste it?
I wonder if John Wayne himself hung out with Elmer T.
I'm ignoring you to taste.
I will say that other people have also said honey, caramel, vanilla mixed with baked apple crisp, cinnamon toast, and a touch of old leather.
You said a baked good. Mm-hmm. I taste a baked good.
Yeah.
Ooh, there's a little apple on the end.
That's so good.
A little apple on the end.
It's so good. It's really good.
It's definitely for a Sazerac product on
a
the
90
Buffalo
proof.
On the Buffalo Trace line. There's more baking spice notes there.
You can tell it's the higher rye mash bill.
That has also for a 90 proof coats the mouth pretty good.
It does.
Good mouthfeel.
It's got a good mouthfeel. A spiced baked good is definitely a good. So apple crisp with like cinnamon and clove and nutmeg and all of that.
Yep.
And now don't come at me. It's not going to actually taste like an apple crisp you get out of the oven, but it evokes those similar flavor profiles.
But I think there's a little on the aftertaste. I get like this touch of apple.
There's a little. It's a crispness.
Yeah.
A little fruitiness.
Yeah. I was not expecting that.
No, especially with how strong on the aroma and on the front the spice, the baking spice and stuff comes through. And there's a little pepper there too.
Yeah, and I would not say when we talk about our graph, I would say that this one it's still smooth, but it raises.
Yes.
It raises up. It's not a gentle hill. It's more of a.
It escalates and then
it
escalates, but it does gently.
Yes, it rolls.
Descend. But it gently descends.
Yeah, but this is not a low hiller, especially for 90 proof.
Yeah, it really takes you on quite a flavor journey for a 90 proofer.
Which I think it tells you what rye and barrels do.
I'm gonna use wine terms, but it's a little more. It's full bodied for a 90 proof. I don't know what other word to use, so I'm just gonna use wine terms.
So it's what were we supposed to taste?
So, according to the Buffalo Trace website, it balances fruit, honey, and vanilla with light spiciness and has a long and warm finish.
Nailed it.
Other people have shared light, silky, oily on the tongue. Sweet flavors of toffee, dark fruit, and sweet corn are balanced by gentle rye, spice, clove, nutmeg, and soft toasted oak with a finish that's medium length with a restrained warmth. The finish tapers off smoothly, lingering with notes of caramel, honeyed fruit, and a touch of lingering cinnamon.
Now that
that's one of the times that I actually and totally get behind the tasting notes.
Now that I've had it a couple times, I can get the sweetness more in the front. Like I wasn't expecting the pop that was there. Mm-hmm. This is not something that I'm used to with their products. I don't know how else to say
Yeah,
it.
off camera, I would love to compare this. I mean, obviously we want to be judicious with it because it's not like you can find these every day. But I'd love to compare to just Buffalo Trace and the Sazerac Rye.
Yeah.
And just kind of do a little
And
Sazerac comparison.
We've got some other mash bill too stuff that we can definitely taste with it. But,
So B, I really love this one.
well, now that like I said, now that I know that the pop's coming, I can get behind the caramel on the front. I mean, it's definitely there. What I don't get, and they didn't describe it. I don't get dark chocolate. I don't get espresso.
No, that is not the flavor profile here at all.
No,
this is fruitier, cinnamony, baking spice, clove. It's in that part of the flavor wheel. This is wherever Old Florister is on the flavor wheel. This is on the opposite side of the flavor wheel.
Yeah, this is not that. Especially a 1910 or it's not.
I would say something really evoke those fall apple turnover type flavors, or like your fall berry crisps and things like that with your cinnamon and your clove and your fruity flavor. That's really where it's coming out with some caramel and vanilla for sure.
I think I see why it's highly sought. I'm still not paying the
correct
markup on the secondary.
This is another great opportunity to say, for a $90-ish bottle.
Oh, for under $100, it's really good.
I would buy it this would be one of those that if it was readily available, every time we finished it, we would go buy another bottle.
Absolutely.
I'm not paying $300, $400, $500 on the secondary.
No,
because that's nuts, and because that feeds then the frenzy.
But
and B, that's just, I mean, at the end of the day, it is still, it's a Buffalo Trace. I mean, it's a Sazerac product. Yeah, it's good.
When we make our journey to
Kentucky.
to Bison Trace,
I think we should probably call it pilgrimage at this point.
To Bison Trace, and after I convince them,
you're gonna do the tasting, and you're gonna be just inebriated enough that you're gonna grab the highest ranking person you can find there, probably the general manager of the souvenir store, and you're gonna give them a nice little presentation on why they should be called Bison Trace instead of Buffalo Trace.
Absolutely, and I'm right.
And I'm going to go hide in a corner somewhere and just drink their bourbon.
I'm still right. I'm interested when we go. So
I'm going to totally get you a shirt before we go, though, that says Bison Trace.
So, do the Elmer T. Lee, you see this less than you see Blanton's?
Yes, definitely.
So, are Elmer T. Lee barrels more select than Blanton barrels?
I would argue so, and I think that's what they intended, because it was meant to, so it's the best of the best select barrels, I think, because it was intended to honor Elmer and his ability to, pick the best barrels to create Blantons. Now, whether Blanton's Gold versus...
Okay, so that's really what you should drink it against then, because you said you want to drink it against something. You should drink it against Blanton's.
That's true.
Because Blanton's is mash bill number 2.
Regular Blanton's Gold, and this, you should really do a nice little comparison.
And the kamikaze one we have.
The red?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the kamikaze.
That's exactly what it is. Kamikaze.
All right. So
God, how spoiled have we gotten that we're just casually sitting here be like, yeah, we'll just compare Elmer T. Lee and Blanton's Gold and regular Blanton's and Blanton's Red and Blanton's Black. I mean, whatever.
I've never spoken in that accent.
We used to not have any of that.
That's correct.
You did. You totally, that's how you talk. And you even twirled your hair.
This relationship is interesting. Okay. So I have a feeling you're going to rate this rather high.
It's cock-a-doodle-doo for sure. Cock-a-doodle-doo. It's cock of the walk for me.
Yeah, it's cock of the walk. I can go with that.
What about you?
I think
you don't have to agree with me.
No, I don't. There are times I don't. But for $90,
I mean, if you want to be right, you probably should. But
yeah, for $90, it's
excellent.
It's excellent.
It's excellent.
It's excellent.
It is
and
excellent.
I do think that, and it matches a very traditional flavor profile that's with good mouthfeel.
Yes, that's a good way to put it. If you like that, what we've called before, that traditional bourbon flavor profile, you're definitely going to enjoy this.
Absolutely. So what we've learned tonight is Heather's going to name her dog Elmer, and this is really good bourbon. All right.
Yeah, that sums it up really well, actually.
I'm glad we did this.
So until next time.
Cheers
y'all.